Hey everybody, this is Brothario. I'm a dude that lived a life, was married, now divorced, and I'm going to do my best to try and help all the other guys out there avoid all the pitfalls and traps that far too many guys seem to fall into now with the whole relationship and dealing with women things of this day and age. So today we're going to react to another video, this time of, I assume this is a woman. Looks like an alien. Is I can't understand why this person would do this to their face. That looks like she ran into like saran wrap that was just strung across a doorway at full speed, and that is where her face got permanently stuck, or she like transplanted her eyebrows into a different location to where it is not natural. But this is a terrible look. But this, we're going to talk about this woman because it says here mom, and her little thing says life is in a box of chocolates. A divorced single mom, 47, and being put in a box of what people think I need, am, and want. Well, I can already tell you what you think. You think that you somehow look good when you actually don't. And what you want is you don't want to grow old. You don't want to accept the fact that you hit the wall and the wall remains undefeated. That's what the reality of the situation is. But let's go ahead and get into this.
It's Jenna, recently divorced and kind of figuring out this new way of life. I was married for 23 years and with that person for 3 years prior. So for a total of 26 years of my life, I have been.
Well, that's mighty fine math for a blonde, even though this is not her natural hair color. Her hair color at this point is probably 100% gray. But there's nothing about this creature that is authentic. Not these fake ass nails, none of this.
Out of the game of dating, making friends, going out, and stuff like that as a single woman in her 40s. Yeah, I'm 47. So
You're 47. I wonder, this lady had a potential to probably still look good had she not butchered herself up and is under like probably 27 different filters right now. Maybe she could actually look good for a 47-year-old if she decided to age gracefully and just accept the fact that Father Time comes for us all. But some women, they can't deal with it. They will do everything they possibly can to think they're staving off what is the inevitable, and it doesn't work for them.
I've raised children. My children are adult children now, and it's kind of interesting because it's so lonely at this stage in life after divorce, especially with.
Yeah, it can be lonely, but whatever, it doesn't much matter. But I want to go back to this. Let me let you in on a secret here, ladies. Okay, no matter how much money you spend on this right here to try and keep yourself looking young, there's absolutely nothing you can do about this area here in your hands from showing your true age. There is nothing. The hands always show it. And this lady right here is now looking like she's some form of witch from the 1800s that still managed to stay alive by sucking out the souls of younger sacrifices.
Older children, because you make all your friends when they're younger, or at least I did. I met my friends mostly through my kids' activities. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I took them to practices. I went to school, all that stuff. Hey, it's me, Jen.
Yeah, as a work-from-home dad, not a stay-at-home dad, I do all that shit myself too. Stop acting like you're doing something special. You're being a parent. This is the job of being a parent. You want to be there in your kid's life as much as possible. Okay, boo, boo-hoo. Oh, it's so hard for me being a stay-at-home parent. Ooh. Well, you know what you did while you're a stay-at-home parent? Nothing. Aside from just doing a few things for your kids, because I guarantee you, most of your stay-at-home time was you pawned your kids off onto somebody else while you went to a spa and did all this other shit that your husband was paying for. And my God, she is horrifying. I mean, this is nobody's upper eyelids or whatever this space is between an eyebrow and your eye itself. No one's is this large. This is the most unnatural thing I've ever seen. She's looking like just almost as bad as Madonna is now. Like if this chick is still single, she's just gonna end up having to start abducting some people and probing them.
Recently divorced and trying to survive this year. I'm gonna be honest. The random things that trigger me are the craziest things. I'm sitting.
Stop saying trigger. Everyone needs to stop saying that, but this lady, as old as she is, really needs to stop saying, grow the fuck up and stop saying that stupid ass word. Trigger. I get triggered. Control yourself.
In my car, literally sitting in my car trying to pull myself together because I did what any mom does, and I pulled an emergency drive to my daughter because she needed something, and drove an hour because she's at college to drop something off, and was just so thankful that like I could do it for her and fit her in my schedule. And
Fit her in your schedule? What are you doing? Doesn't seem like you're doing anything to me. You're sitting in your car bitching. So how hard is it to fit someone in your schedule when you have enough time to just randomly sit in your car bitching to random people on the internet?
the littlest thing she said just triggered me.
Oh, look, she said triggered again.
This is the second time in a week that my child has
Third
triggered me without even meaning to. So we're getting ready to leave, and she's like, well, I'll be home because I'm going to be at the Clemson Notre Dame game because Dad's going to take us all. You think that's nothing, right? Like nothing.
No, it isn't. It's nothing at all. It's a kid getting to spend time with her parent. It's nothing at all. That's what parents are supposed to do. You're supposed to spend time with your kids and your family.
Right? And she instantly saw a switch in me. And she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. Because, I don't talk about that stuff. I don't
talk about this. What are you doing right now? You're literally talking about it into your stupid fucking phone to upload it onto the internet in an effort to get validation for whatever bullshit you're feeling. I don't talk about this stuff.
want her to worry. So last week she says, oh, well, Dad said for Christmas we're going to go to Gatlinburg and be there for the holidays and do Dollywood. That man never once ever went to Gatlinburg or Dollywood ever in his entire life before he met me.
If you don't know what Gatlinburg and Dollywood are, so Gatlinburg it's like a little touristy attraction in the mountains of Tennessee. If you know anything about Myrtle Beach, it's like you take Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and implant it into Tennessee and the mountains. And Dollywood, that's like a little amusement park that is for Dolly Parton, the country singer. That's her little thing there.
That was where my family always went. I'm from Tennessee. That's something we always did. It was a bonding thing. And now that's what he's trying to do. It's like he's taken every single tradition I've ever done and now turned it into his.
So, going out on a limb here, seems that you did these traditions before you met this guy, and then you met this guy and started doing the traditions with him, and then you guys decided to have kids together, and you continued on those traditions to where now they are family traditions between you, your ex-husband, and your children, and your ex-husband is now making sure he continues those traditions with his children. This is a bad thing. How? Is he supposed to say, oh, you know what? I know you kids, you like doing these sort of things, but guess what? We're divorced now, so we can't do that shit. So you're not going to get to do anything fun, nothing you enjoy anymore. You can't do that. This is lunacy.
Everything I've ever done. Now I find myself triggered because...
Oh, look, she said triggered again. Boy, this must really be getting at her emotions.
During the hardest time of my year last year, of me literally trying to stay alive, me dealing with all the craziness of my ex, the lying, the alienation, him calling me...
What do you mean trying to stay alive? You're 47. You haven't figured out how to take care of yourself yet? How to do the minimum to stay alive? It's not like we don't as people have the inherent nature and drive and understanding and desire to actually stay alive. You're acting like this is something difficult? And you're calling him crazy? What's crazy about that? I don't see a video of him talking into a phone in a parking lot being triggered 5 or 6 times now while complaining about someone maintaining and doing something with his kids. But somehow he's the crazy one? Alienation. The only thing alienated is your face.
A whore, him having my children call me a whore. Why? Not because I did anything bad, because I wore spaghetti straps and all that. And the only way that he could use my children against me was to say I was on social media.
Okay. So he's calling you a whore and you don't think you did anything wrong, but the reason he says he can only use against you is because you're on social media? Well, could it be the fact that maybe then you're being an attention whore, posting on social media to get you attention and validation you so seek, like you're doing right fucking now in this video, as you're bitching into your phone to post on social media? Could the problem not be that your ex-husband saw what this is and your kids also see what it is too? That you, a 47-year-old attention-starved moron who thinks butchering her face makes her look younger and somehow makes her look good, is posting online and they don't have a reason to be able to talk about it? And I can guarantee you're doing more than just wearing spaghetti straps. I'm sure those spaghetti straps did a really good job of just having your tits hang all out, all over the place as you shook them around and waiting on attention and validation from all these random ass losers. I'm sure maybe that's probably the reason why you're being called a whore.
I'm a photographer. I make silly TikToks. Honestly, I've probably progressed more with my TikToks because at first they were just pictures, but the more I was stressed, the more I hid in myself, the more I tried to survive, the more I took refuge in TikToks and finding stuff that, resonated with me. And
so, like I predicted, you're attention-starved whore. They're all going to say it. You're an attention-starved whore that just posted whatever you want because you're a quote-unquote photographer. And then, you got a little bit more, started posting a little bit more on TikTok. So it means that you are being a whore online, an attention-starved whore for the attention. Why would anyone call you anything other than that? If I guarantee you right now, if this lady wasn't so haggard and she was actually younger at this point in time, like say she met her husband, however many, a couple years ago, and she's in her low to mid 20s, I guarantee you this bitch would have an OnlyFans right now. Because this is the exact same type of person is doing it, but she's aged out of the OnlyFans things, and now she's just looking for sympathy and pity points on TikTok because, TikTok, this is just the greatest thing ever. If a woman has TikTok, divorce her ass right then, okay? Just there's nothing good that comes from this, and I'm saying this with a bit of irony because I'm posting this on YouTube, and I actually have other businesses to where I unfortunately have to try and market on TikTok. But it is nothing more than sharing products. But if like women have TikToks and do shit like this and watch videos of other women doing shit like this, that's the biggest red flag you can possibly get. Cut her ass loose and move on with your life.
honestly, it's the way I realized what a covert narcissist was, or how bad my abuse was, or mental abuse, or financial abuse, and all that stuff. Like, literally, TikTok has saved my life in so many ways. Who would think, Mom, we're going...
So this lady is so oblivious to reality. She seems to think that some app that was created by the Chinese to spy on the Americans. If you know anything about TikTok, there's two different algorithms. The ones that's in China, what they do is they feed videos and information to kids that reinforce like Chinese greatness. Like, look at this Chinese person doing this and achieving this and all this stuff. While the American version of the algorithm feeds trash and shit like this. To now where this dumbass woman, alien creature, decided to self-diagnose herself, or diagnose her situation to show that she was somehow being abused, both emotionally and mentally and financially, maybe even physically, I don't know. And then trying that her husband is some sort of covert narcissist even though the husband seems to be the one that is spending time and taking care of the kids. And it couldn't possibly be that this lady who was a detention-starved whore and just decided to post all pictures of herself online and bitch and complain about everything online. She couldn't possibly be the one with the narcissistic tendencies. No, it has to be her ex, who, I don't know if the ex left her ass or if she filed for divorce. I don't know what they do, but all I know is the ex is an ex now. And she's trying to say that she was abused by this dude because she watched other videos of other jaded ass women like this and decided, oh yeah, I relate to that as well. I'm going to self-diagnose this situation, and this is what that guy is, and these are everything I was going with. What? This is how bad social media has made things for people. It used to be like you go, oh, like I got a cough, let me look up on WebMD, and now like, oh, I mean, this cough means I have cancer, I'm going to die in 72 hours. That used to be the extent of it. Now we have people here thinking they're walking psychiatrists because this stupid little cancer box in their pocket told them that.
On a Gatlinburg for Christmas would trigger me. This man's had at
Triggered yet again. How many times is that? 10 times? She said triggered? Seems to me that you can't control your fucking emotions, lady. How typical of a woman that you let somebody else's other person's actions dictate how you feel.
least 3 vacations in the past year to like really nice places with my children. At least.
Who cares how many vacations this guy has? Seems to me that he's doing well enough that where he can take the time to take vacations. And he didn't take your kids on vacation the 3 times. He took his kids. It takes 2 to tango. There's always a mother and there's always a father in some way. Okay? They're not just your kids. They're his kids too. And it sure seems to me that he's the one actually fucking taking care of them and making sure they have a life that they enjoy. While you sit in the car and bitch about your bad decisions. That's how I'm reading this.
These 3 that I know of, because he has them lie to me. He has them outright lie to me about so much stuff. So who knows? God knows what they've done.
Maybe he doesn't have them lie to you at all. Maybe your kids don't tell you anything because they know it will trigger you.
And then the holidays and all that. Now my triggers are, oh, he gets...
Oh my gosh, she fucking said it again. Jesus Christ. Another red flag. She says triggered, dump her ass. Instantly.
to just go and take my kids to the Notre Dame and Clemson game. I wish I could do that. I can't afford to do that. Why? Because he screwed me. He lied about owning a company. And there's ways to prove it. I'm trying to be...
Okay. So you can't afford to do that. Why? Because he screwed you? How did he screw you? Because he had a company and money, and he was taking care of himself because he knew what you were doing with it. He knew that maybe all that money he was making was being spent on horrendous plastic fucking surgery because you refused to age, because you, I guarantee, weren't doing nearly anywhere close as much as you want to claim you were doing throughout the relationship. No, you were just spending his money. So why wouldn't he lie to you if even that is the truth? Why would he not hedge his bets and make sure that you can't get access to any of that? Because he sees that you're just abusing him financially. That's all you're doing. And you don't have any money now? Well, why not stop spending it on your hair? This is what, I don't know. I think this probably getting her hair cut and dyed like this is probably what, $250, $300. She probably gets that done once a month or whatever to keep up with all these gray hairs her old ass has. And I'm saying old as a 40, almost 42-year-old dude here at this moment in time. But I accept the fact that I'm getting old. But look at this. These nails. These trashy ass fake nails. How much did those cost you? You're still finding time and money to spend on that for claiming you don't have any money. What car are you driving right now? What is this X here? I don't even know what that symbol is, but I guarantee you this is a newer, some sort of car that she probably has a car payment on that she didn't pay off, that she just spent money on because, oh, I need to have a new car. But she has no money to do anything because she's not doing anything wisely. She probably doesn't even have a fucking job. She's just living off of whatever she was able to steal from the person that was actually providing everything.
Be happy and show my kids that like life can move on, but the triggers, the random fucking triggers that have me sitting in a...
Two more times saying trigger for someone that's saying life can move on, but you just triggered about fucking everything. Trigger, because you can't control yourself, because you can't control your fucking emotions. Why? Because you're a woman. That's why I keep saying women cannot control their goddamn emotions. They let everything else dictate how they should feel. This alien creature, being the key point here, has said it how many fucking times?
Quick Trip parking lot, trying not to cry. Why? Because my ex has so much money. He makes more than $18,000 a month easily, or at least he did. He made almost $1 million the year before we divorced and then lied about it.
So she's upset because her ex is the one that made the money. The ex was the one that was successful, and she didn't get that money that she thought she wanted. She just, for the 23 years, the 26 years they were together, she just pissed all of his money when he got tired of it. And that's the real reason she's upset. That's the real reason she's getting triggered, because she can't say, hey, you know what, kids? I want to take you guys to Gatlinburg and Dollywood or wherever for Christmas with me, because I have enough money on my own to be able to spend for us to do that. But she's pissed off because she doesn't have his money to spend on that stuff for them to do. That's why she's really angry, because she doesn't have the money, the access to the money that she used to have, because the husband was the one that provided everything. And it doesn't matter how much money he is making now, or how much money he made the year before divorce, or how much money he lied about. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that you contributed nothing. And now you're upset for the fact that you have nothing to go on your own.
He has all the money at his fingertips to do whatever he wants, to buy my children, take them on trips, take them on vacations. Why literally?
His children. He has all the money to buy whatever he wants for his children. Take his children on trips. Take his children on vacation. They are his children too.
Literally have the bare minimum to pay my bills, on top of trying to restart a career because it was a hobby, because I was a stay-at-home mom. And now I sit here with the triggers.
Triggers again. You have the bare minimum to pay your bills because you're pissing all the money away on shit you don't need. There are needs and there are wants. There's not a goddamn thing that this creature has mentioned that has been a need. Everything is a want. Everything is a want. Having her hair dyed is a want. Having her face pulled back like it's a rubber band about to snap is a want. Having these horrendous ass eyebrows is a want. Having this car is a want. Having these fucking nails is a want. None of them are needs. None of them are needed to survive. And she has to restart a career because it was a hobby. Well, if it was a hobby, then it wasn't a career to begin with. And I can only imagine that this hobby of yours was posting attention-grabbing, look at me pictures and videos on TikTok, which hence is what got you called the whore, the attention-starved whore that you are.
Fucking trigger because he's going to the
Oh my God.
Clemson Notre Dame game with my kids. I can't just
His kids.
randomly for that. Hell, I can't even get them all in the same room at the same time. So I sit here.
They probably don't want to be in the same room at the same time because you're insufferable and all you do is bitch and complain about everything. Or maybe they can't get past all your random ass makeup products that I'm sure your house is loaded with strewn about because you refuse to accept the fact that you age. I am sure that they don't want to be in the same room as you, not because of him, but is because of you and the actions you have taken and the way you act and present yourself to everybody else in your life and everybody else online. You get no sympathy.
And I'm going to get through this trigger. I'm going to suck it up,
Oh my
buttercup,
God.
Just be real
and
here.
I'm
Let's
move
keep it
on.
100.
But it's not
You
fair.
regret
Like, it's not
leaving
fair. I'm
that
pissed.
lifestyle that man was able to give you. That's really all.
Yeah. So whatever this voiceover lady is saying, says I'm kind of looking at this video. Yeah. So the whole thing was, the only thing you're upset about is that you don't get to keep living the lifestyle that the guy provided for you, but his kids do get to live that. And you're just upset that you're missing out. Too bad, too sad. Get the fuck over it. If you want to live a better lifestyle, actually do something to better yourself. Because you know what doesn't better yourself? Sitting on here on TikTok, whining and bitching and complaining about the world. about how hard your life is while you just make bad decisions the entire time. I can guarantee you that this lady is about to, after this, when all the money that runs out that she was given after the divorce or whatever, because I know she got way more than she should have, but she has the bare minimum to pay to keep herself going. I'm sure when all that money runs out, she's going to get into just a massive amount of credit card debt because she cannot make better decisions and control and differentiate wants from needs. This is the type of person out there that you have to worry about. This used to be called a gold digger. I don't know if you can even call them gold diggers now anymore. Now they're just like life-sucking parasites that you have to look out for. This lady is oblivious to life and the world. And this is, oh God. If you meet a girl that is actively on TikTok, if she has TikTok in general, get rid of her. If she's actively posting on TikTok, get rid of her. If she has an OnlyFans, get rid of her. If she is posting thirst trap pictures on anything at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or whatever, get rid of her. This is not the type of person you want to be around because all they want is the attention and the money and everything that comes along with it. And as soon as that runs out, as soon as that dries out, as soon as they hit the wall, they will start saying you are the problem and they will try and take everything you have on their way out the door. Run from these people. And if you're in Area 51, this is what you're going to end up seeing. This horrendous face here. So, all right, guys, this is absurd. The stuff that people have to deal with nowadays is ridiculous. But this is Brothario. Let me know what you think. Start up a conversation in the comments, all that stuff. Like and comment and all whatever you got to do. But yeah, that's all I got for this video, and I will check you guys later.
All right, check you later.